My sponsor Rock Bottom is currently running a special deal. Head on over to rockbottomcoins.com and use code Zirksee at checkout for a 30% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over which free elite should you guys choose based off of the 32 free elite players that we have. Also, the 6 free loyalty players. Those are the 2 choices you're basically going to have. Now I'm going to give you guys my choices based off of multiple things. First off, literally every single possible scenario you guys will have. So saying if you're going to get the Ultimate Superstar Edition, of course, you'll be receiving 84 Jalen Ramsey and also 84 Jerry Rice. And I'm going to do it as if you're doing the Jerry Rice and the Ramsey, and you also pre-ordered through GameStop. So you'll be getting the triplets, and then of course I'll be doing if you decided to not pre-order through GameStop, so you're just going to get Jalen Ramsey and Jerry Rice. And then of course if you decide for some reason you're going to pre-order through GameStop but not get the Ultimate Superstar Edition, just get the triplets. And then of course the basic one where you don't get the triplets and you also don't get Jerry Rice or you don't get Jalen Ramsey. So, with that being said, let's start off with the top tier one. So, if you guys are going to go ahead and get the Ultimate Superstar Edition through GameStop, automatically, this is what you'll have. 84 Jalen Ramsey, 84 Jerry Rice, you'll have 82 Michael Irvin, 82 Troy Aikman, and 82 Emmitt Smith. Now, some things we don't know, so let's say this first off. We don't know yet if there's going to be a level master for Madden 20. I'd imagine there will be. The past 2 years, we had LaDainian Tomlinson in Madden 18, and in Madden 19, we had Ricky Williams. So I'm not sure if we'll get another running back. So to be completely honest with you, running backs are not that high on my list for taking as an 82 overall player. Also, I say this, quarterbacks. You're not going to have an 82 quarterback. Okay, so you definitely need a better QB than that. Troy Aikman, and this is literally coming from a Cowboys fan, Troy Aikman's cards are just never that great in Ultimate Team. So to me, the 82 overall Troy Aikman is kind of just like an additional card to have there. Maybe put it back up, get some extra chemistries, or maybe you can sell him for training. If you can, that'd be awesome. So to me, basically, you're down to, if you decide to get Jalen Ramsey and Jerry Rice, you have 2 84 overall players there. Then you have an 82 wide receiver and an 82 running back, which at least with Troy Aikman or with Emmitt Smith, you can put him at backup or you can put him at running back 1, whatever you want to do. So if that is your option, you obviously have 2 wide receivers, a QB, a running back, and a cornerback. In my personal opinion, it kind of comes down to what kind of defense you run. If you run a 3-4 defense where, of course, you have your outside linebackers pass rushing, my top 2 choices for the NAT 82 overalls, and basically, being completely honest with you guys, these are my top 2 choices overall, and I'll give you guys my reasonings. First off is Eddie Jackson. Now, the reason I'm going to say Eddie Jackson is because you already have Jalen Ramsey. You don't need to go with another corner, but you might need to go with a safety because you have Eddie Jackson out there. Let me tell you, for the Madden 20 beta, what I played, safeties are the move, and Eddie Jackson is one heck of a range safety when it comes to covering. He's fast as heck, and he definitely is extremely good in Madden 20. Even as an 82 overall card, he'll still be one of the faster people actually on this list of free elites to choose from, and he should have some of the best coverage stats as well when it comes to these players to choose from. Also, using safeties is not a bad idea in Madden 20. If you want to summon a safety and middle linebacker, might be the move you're used to as a middle linebacker, because using linebackers in general is just not going to work as well. You're not going to be able to get the crazy jumps. You can definitely tell the difference in the speed. Eddie Jackson should be able to make up for that. So personally, I love Eddie Jackson. Second, we already know how good the pass rush is in Madden 20. And that's why I'm going to go with Von Miller. Because in my opinion, interior pass rush, aka Aaron Donald, someone like that, is still good. You can go with Aaron Donald if you want. But in my opinion, the edge rush is really where it's going to come down to in Madden 20. If you have an elite edge rusher, you're going to be able to get to the quarterback. And obviously, Von Miller is one of the fastest linebackers in Madden and in the NFL in general. So Von Miller, definitely a very good pickup. Also, with that, if you're going to go with Eddie Jackson, and if you run it depends on really what kind of defense you run. You could also go with, say, Patrick Peterson, or if you want to go wide receiver, you could go OBJ. Because obviously those are depth positions. So say, you pick up a couple of different wide receivers, you can still use the 82 OBJ. Me personally, I can still use Eddie Jackson because I use like 3 or 4 safeties on the field at all times. And especially in Madden 20, I'll probably be doing that as well. So that's why Eddie Jackson, in my opinion, is potentially one of the best just because of how safeties play. But then Von Miller as well, getting that elite pass rush out there and that really good speed. With that being said though, I'm going to go ahead and rank these 6 82 overall players you get from the Madden rewards. Now I'm going to say this, if you guys have not played Madden 17 or 18 yet, then you only get one free player. So you have to go back, download Madden 17, download Madden 18. If you have EA access, pretty sure it's free. If you just log in and play it, I'm pretty sure that'll allow you to get the free player for Madden 20. I think that's exactly how it worked for Madden 19 as well. But I'm going to rank these 6 players. Also, something to note, Shaq Mason says he's a center. I'm pretty positive he's a guard, so I think that'll change to right guard. But if you are to say take Eddie Jackson or Von Miller as your players, you've already got a cornerback 84, 84 wide receiver, 82 wide receiver, 82 QB, 82 halfback, and then say you have an 82 overall safety. In my opinion, if you've already taken this, basically you can flip-flop these two depending on who you take. If you've taken Eddie Jackson, I suggest you take D-Law as your first player because obviously, again, edge rusher, 82 overall, solid defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence, definitely like him. But if you take Von Miller, Tyrann Mathieu is definitely be a great pick. Again, a very speedy range guy, a little short, but I love Tyrann Mathieu. He plays amazing in Madden. So those are the rankings. You can switch them based on who you pick. Number 3 would be Juju Smith-Schuster because I feel like it'd be really nice to round out your receiving core. You have an 84 wide receiver and have 2 82s. And of course, Juju can run block like really good. Number 4 would be Demario Davis because from the beta, he is actually pretty quick, and hopefully his speed will translate over into Ultimate Team, even as 82 overall. That's a solid linebacker there. Number 5 is actually be Shaq Mason because you don't have an offensive lineman yet, so you get a solid O-line be good, and then Devonta Freeman be number 6 because you already have an 82 overall running back in Emmitt Smith. And then you could go with Devonta Freeman. So my personal picks here, because I'm actually getting the Ultimate Superstar Edition, so I'm getting Ramsey, I'm getting Jerry, I am probably going to go with Eddie Jackson. Then I'm also going to pick up for my 3 players, like I said, Tyrann Mathieu, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Juju Smith-Schuster to kind of round out that offense. And of course, with Tyrann Mathieu, Juju, their depth positions. So Juju could always play wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, and Tyrann Mathieu for me could play backup safety, backup strong safety, free safety, and play him at corner if you even want to. So really a lot of choice you could go with, but in my opinion, that's the best combo. Now let's say you're not going to order through GameStop, but you're still going to get the Ultimate Superstar Edition, so you'll get Jalen Ramsey and you'll also get Jerry Rice, but you're not going to get the triplets. That means you don't have another wide receiver, you don't have another QB, and you don't have a running back yet. This is where I'd say, still, Eddie Jackson is a great pick because I just love those Eddie Jackson cards, but you could also potentially go with, if you want to, a wide receiver in Julio Jones or OBJ, in my opinion. Also, Antonio Brown would be kind of nice. I feel like this year you might rather want to go with Antonio Brown or OBJ to get that quick on the routes and just be able to turn upfield really quickly. I feel like it'd be really nice. Or you could potentially go with a running back like Ezekiel Elliott here. Now, if you're not going to take the triplets, this obviously changes the rank of what players you want to go with, of course, which would make my number 1 pick here for you probably Juju, because you probably want to get another wide receiver and a solid wide receiver at that with Juju Smith-Schuster. Number 2 again would be Tyrann Mathieu because I think he's a really good card. Number 3 DeMarcus Lawrence, but number 4 would actually be Devonta Freeman because if you don't have a running back already, you're probably going to want to get one, even if they already have like the level master, whoever it's going to be. Devonta Freeman still, an 82 overall running back, would be pretty solid if you decide to go elsewhere with your free elite player. Number 5 would be Demario Davis, and number 6 would be Shaq Mason. Now, if you guys are putting through GameStop just to get the triplets, but of course you're not going to be getting the Ultimate Superstar Edition, so you're not getting Ramsey, you're not getting Jerry Rice, but you are going to get Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. You have a QB, a halfback, and a wide receiver to work with, so basically you have 3 players on offense. This is where I would say you need to build the defense now and go with either Eddie Jackson or Von Miller, in my personal opinion, or if you want, because you don't have Jalen Ramsey, maybe you want to take the speedy cornerback and you go with Patrick Peterson because Pat Pete's always pretty good. And of course, this does change my ranking based on this because now you have 3 players on offense, and I really feel like you need to build the defense somewhere. So my number 1 pick here would probably DeMarcus Lawrence, depending on who you go with for your free player. You could also go with Aaron Donald, get your DT set up there, and then go with DeMarcus Lawrence and get an 82 overall defensive end. Then my number 2, of course, would be Tyrann Mathieu. Number 3 would probably still be Juju, honestly. And then number 4, of course, would be Demario Davis because you get the linebacker. Number 5 would be Shaq Mason to get that O-line, and you don't need another running back because you already have Emmitt Smith. But if you want to, Devonta Freeman is my number 6 pick. Now the final version is if you guys are not pre-ordering through GameStop and you're not getting the Ultimate Superstar Edition. So if you're just getting the most basic standard edition, this is where it gets a little bit different. So basically it comes down to what does Madden 20 focus on? And like I said, it's the pass rush. So to me, if you guys are not going to be pre-ordering, or you're pre-ordering but you're not going to be getting like any of the bonus players, I still think the best way to go would be go for defense for sure. And either Von Miller, get that edge rush going, go with Aaron Donald, have him at DT there, or again, Eddie Jackson. I really just feel as though Von Miller and Eddie Jackson are probably the best two players to go ahead and pick out of this because they got speed. They're going to be pretty solid. Everyone else will be okay, but probably replaceable. QBs will be replaceable very easily. 82 overall quarterback. You get a better QB than that basically right off the bat, probably. You just play some solo challenge, get some coins, you can buy a better QB, and then you're basically just get stuck with a backup. At least with Eddie Jackson, you have a backup outside, or backup safety. Von Miller, backup outside linebacker, moving down defensive end, or you could go with a depth position pick. Go with Pat Pete, get the cornerback, or if you want to say get a wide receiver, OBJ, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones. Now let's say you have all three picks to make out here for your MVP program. Definitely you want to go with a wide receiver, so I will 100% say Juju Smith-Schuster. My number 2 would probably be DeMarcus Lawrence. If you're going to go with Von Miller, try and pair him with D-Law. Number 3, Tyrann Mathieu. And of course, number 4 then would be Devonta Freeman because you do not have a running back yet. Number 5, Demario Davis, get that linebacker. And finally, number 6, take Shaq Mason and get that guard, unless for some reason they have him at center, actually Madden 20. But that is what I think you guys should do. The best free elite players to go ahead and pick based off what version of Madden 20 you guys are going to go ahead and pick up. I hope this did help you out, and if it did, smack that like button and hit that sub button down below. And of course, make sure you turn that notification bell on so you guys get notified whenever I do upload another Madden 20 Ultimate Team video. Of course, Madden 20 will be out very, very soon. We're going to be getting a lot of information coming out, so be on the lookout. I'll be dropping videos as soon as new info does come out. Let me know down below what options you guys are going to be picking. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.